Hey guys, it is Sonia. Welcome back for another day. Today we're going to make some boho, free-spirited, colorful, fun, whimsical earrings. You know, I say if you're going to do something, you should do something the way you want to do something because, yeah, you just, lean into what it is that you love. You can't be everybody's cup of tea. If you follow me, maybe you too also love the whimsical, just the colorful, the fun stuff, right? Let's not take life too seriously. So I am here in my flowy pants. I've got my bandana necklace that we made together yesterday with this material right here. Who went and saw that? A lot of you guys told me that you really love the French style. So yeah, me too. Me too, sister. So got mine on today, and with my black t-shirt here at work, my flowy pants that has kind of like a white pattern into them. So I really think that the white, my white bandana just plays in really nice, and all the charms around my neck. So anyhow, we made that and I love it. I love it. So hopefully it inspired you as well. Today is no different. We're also going to make something fun and exciting. I went out to my bead bar and I'm like, okay, who out here has been around for a while? Maybe somebody doesn't know what to do with you. I could see these definitely has been like focal points for a bracelet, like right there, and then do your bracelet around. I love that. Teal is one of my favorite colors. Hot pink, teal, avocado green, those colors. I love the brights. And so these have been out there, and there's 1, 2, 3 sets, perfect to make a collection. So then I had the fun. Matt was at the desk, and I just kind of went around and picked a bunch of beads, like which could work. And I'll show you what I settled on. It has gold into it. So I went and kind of looked at some beads that we had that might have some gold. So here's what it's like paired with some black, with a little bit of like a gold foil. Then I found these. These are lava rock with like a rainbow titanium finish. And I thought, a little bit of gold right there. That could work. So tell me if you like that one. That was option 2. And then Matt took it out of the box because he's like, have you looked at these Jasper ones that we have? And I'm like, you know what? You're right, because they are so colorful and every bead is different. So I went through and I picked out a bunch that has like a little bit of that dab of the blue right there. And I think paired together, that would be amazing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do those. I think that's a brilliant idea, friend. So I'm going to get my beads out, and I'll show you the last one that I'm going to pair with it. It's going to be real easy going, easy like a Sunday morning. It is Sunday here, of course. I'm excited because it's the last day of my work week. I get tomorrow off. I mean, I already have plans. It's going to be fun. It's going to be organizing and cleaning up my dock area. So I want to get that done. And you know what? Sometimes when you're in the mood for cleaning, you can't wait to get to it. And that's how I feel. So tomorrow is going to be a great day. And it's going to be like a warm day. We'll open up I'm going to use a head pin. I just want to test. You see how that head pin almost like disappeared through there? Okay, so that tells me that was a test, right? And here's a trick. This happened so that, we could talk about tricks and things that we can do. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be another nice day. Guys, I was looking at like the weather ahead, and honestly, I think this is it. I think that this is just, I've been saying how warm it is. I'm just going to have to get over it. I'm going to have to suck it up. I'm putting a little glass seed bead. I'm just going to test this out and see if that will work. There we go. So if you ever have a head pin, let this be an example to you. I picked up one of my little beads that I just have kicking around here. I always have seed beads. And this is just like a little glass one. So it just will, there's no color to it. It's just clear glass. I want to make sure that I pick up 2 that are alike though. Get another one out here. Okay, perfect. Match them up. And now let's go try that. So if we put that on over here now, it's not going to slide off, right? Done. See how we solve that together? We're good. So just have some seed beads, and they can be a little plug when you need it. And now I'm going to pick out some blue earrings. This one has a lot of blue into it. Wow, love it. This is called No, not sea sediment. It's called Imperial Jasper. Imperial Jasper. Love that. Stay tuned. I will be packing beads, friends, on my website. So it's coming. It's coming along, and I'm going to pull some really fun stuff. So then I was thinking I could go with a clear quartz. I could go with a neutral, and I kind of like the idea of pulling in like a cream, almost like an antique-y colored color. But I don't want to put a big bead up here. So then I found these. And these are wooden agates. Some of you might have them since those were in my stash last summer that I sold. And I think that would be perfect. So this one just kind of mellows it out. This is all the fun color. And it plays off of that with the gold. And these are just going to be dangles like that. I think they're going to be awesome. Let me go ahead. And I'm going to close this up. Let me create our little loop for ourselves. And just like that, bada boom, bada bing, we have a little earring dangle. Stay tuned, we will hang them. But yeah, I think the weather is just going to be like this, and as hot and just uncomfortable as it feels, I'm just going to have to seriously just put up with it and be, it is what it is. I'm not waiting for it to cool down. I'm not like waiting for this, cold air. It is what it is. We're just having a warm time right now. So I looked at the weather and I'm like, it's not going to change. What am I waiting for? I stopped my walking in the evenings because of it. But I realize I'm just going to have to suck it up. So here's me sucking it up. So last night I went out for my first walk in like a week and a half. And I was really missing it because once you start walking, and if you you have the what do you call it? The rings that you close on your phone, it's, you kind of miss it after a while. Me and Matt would always walk and talk. Look at that, guys. Look at it. So, speaking of walking and talking, yesterday I put out a video of me painting a piece of furniture. And I've been kind of talking about how, it seems like the furniture prices have gone down, and just gonna pick two that are the same size. 1, 2, come to me. It's always good to have random beads by the side of you, right? So I've been talking about thrifting and just the idea of getting back into some furniture painting again, which, if you know us from the Junk Monkey days, the best thing is that our product was made with our formula. We started making it. Matt made it for me from scratch. And so when you have a product that you know how to make, even before we got into the manufacturing of it, it was our recipe, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So when you have your own recipe, you can whip it out at any point, right? Whether you're getting it manufactured or not. Are you tall enough? Are you tall enough? So I don't know. I've been toying with the idea of doing some handmade batches of it again, see if anybody is out there painting. Is this stick just a little bit shorter? It might be. Let me try a different post and see. Sometimes you got to play with things, right? But I've been thinking about the idea because I've been starting to feel the desire. It's been we put our furniture making on pause for about 2 years now, if not more than 2 years. After the pandemic, I just think everybody was kind of, they'd done a lot of home projects at home. And as a result, people were tired of, they were just tired of painting and being at home and doing home projects. And it really changed that world. And, things, I don't think have fully recovered, hence we see Joann Fabrics just close, right? And a lot of mom and pop, Mr. Fly, a lot of mom and pop shops as well that are just really going through it and have been going through it. So I've been testing the waters. So let me test it here for any Junk Monkey peeps. You'll have to tell me. Are you doing any painting? Are you doing any painting? Would you like to see some of our small batch paint come back? What is going on with that? I was going to say, it's not even looking right. I don't know if these are just some bigger beads or what. Come on. Nope. Let's take a look at the bead. It could be the bead is made bigger or something. Just need enough. And that's why you have different head pins. I have some longer ones here laying around. Okay, we can make it work with that one. All right, I'll come back to you in a second. So I always carry like really, really long head pins as well, which honestly, these are probably the ones I'll take out. Do you see how long these guys are? They're like massive. And so know that that is why you have various head pins, because sometimes you have beads that are going to be, you know, that for whatever reason, in order for them to fit and to be able, if I'm using my looper to make a loop, I'll form it with those with my hands manually. But just know that you have to have long enough loops. Loop-de-loo. Okay, earring covers. But yeah, let me know if you're painting out there. What are you doing, you know? So we just saw, we could see as you know, we own our company, we could really see the change that was happening. And at that point, paint expires, and it's kind of scary to put everything into paint that people may or may not buy. So we had to make a call, and we did. So we shifted, and I moved into a project of doing the canvas art sets. That was like a dream that I always had. You know, somebody who paints flowers and loves canvas art. My God, that's gorgeous. My gosh, look at that. And she swivels, she swivels, she swivels. So, you know, that is kind of where I've been and where I left it while I put it on pause. And of course, we have our store here, but we, you know, we changed our focus. We opened a magic metaphysical shop, and just moved into another interest of ours while that kind of DIY area was doing its own thing. And now everything I do is a part of it. I sell my art here at the shop, so it all works. But we had to go, you know what, I don't like how that is. I'm just going to redo that, and I'll show you what I mean, how easy it is, seriously. But keep that head pin, because even though I cut it, a short one will work another day. I want to make sure that, you know, everything works well. So let me open up a pack of long ones here. I had a little mini trash can here somewhere. Don't ask me where it is. It's gone missing. So yeah, now when you have a big guy like this, oh yeah, we forgot our little bead, didn't we? Put our little bead on, and this again is a head pin. It's got a little solid head at the end. So the brick and mortar shop, because it has a wider focus, it really gave me the ability to paint and to make jewelry, to do whatever I want it to do here, right? And everything is, you know, I've done everything from sun catchers. I did my own greeting card line. I did all kinds of art prints. You know, I've done a lot over the years to keep myself busy and to step into a lot of things that I, you know, wanted to do. So it's been good. So currently I'm thinking about the idea of, like I said, by the way, I keep all this because if I can, because we can make things, we can make head pins out of here, right? You know that, right? Even if you have a straight piece of wire that you cut, watch this. See, now we have a hook for another head pin. So keep all your little pieces of wire, okay? That's going to be important. So anyhow, but you know what, times change, right? And you have to go with the flow, or else you run yourself into the ground. Sometimes the decisions you make are not the ones you have to make, but they're very brave decisions, and, you know, not being selfish and just looking at it from the facts and for what it is. Not that you'd want it to change, but it did, and you just have to deal with that. And things have changed over time in history, and they will continue to change. So, you know, but yeah, never did I think or see that such a change would happen, you know, after that period of time. It's crazy. Like I always say, I want to go back to like 2019. I feel like everything after that just changed so much. Tell me if you feel like that as well. I think there's a lot of us that feel like that. All right, I'm gonna have to play with this guy here. He wants to play. I need my little round. It's funny how that one set went so well, and then this one's like, no, I need you to do a few extra steps. So having a pair of these round nose pliers is really good. Linked as well, SF Bead, S is in sushi, F is in ferret, bead.com, right? And this is why you need stuff like this, because when things don't seem like they're cooperating and maybe you need to make the turn manually, it's going to be easier to do it with round pliers than these like square tip pliers, right? We got this. And then once you have the tools, you just pretty much sit here and you're like, I expected you. I got you. You think you're going to be one of those today. Oh no, not on my watch. But so I've been paying attention to the trends, seeing where things are going, listening to my customers, you know, what they've been asking for. I had somebody come in this week and they were like, do you sell any of your painted furniture? And that's because all my painted furniture that I did not sell at a yard sale, I ended up bringing here into the shop, and they became my displays. I'm just going to round that one out a little bit. So, you know, we always said we put it on pause. You can't hide what's inside, but the power is that when you have your own recipe, you don't need a manufacturer to do their paint recipe. You have your own. And so therefore there's much power. It just depends on how much you want to make. So have I been thinking about the days when I started my paint business and I put it in mason jars, and you know, Matt would make it for me and get it to the consistency that I like to paint with. And you know, bon voyage. We did a lot of projects. I have like well over 1,000 videos that made it to my YouTube channel, just of painting stuff. I look back sometimes, they show up and I'm like, oh my gosh, that feels like a whole other life. You know, you look at yourself, you can just see time, you know, that doesn't stop for anybody. And you just look at yourself and you're like, wow, I look so young then, or I look so different. And, you know, time goes on, right, friends? Time goes on. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? But we had a lot of fun, and I'm not saying the fun is over. So you'll have to let me know. Let me go ahead and stamp these. You'll have to let me know, kind of, again, this is just this is one of those, you know, when they do, what do you call when companies do these surveys? Oh, my arms don't work. I was at the gym this morning and we were working chest. Friends, I don't think my arms want to raise up. I was down on the bench, like lifting up. Oh my God. Gonna die. It's okay. That actually is giving me life, even though it might seem like it's sucking it. What did I do with that? Put that on the wrong side. There we go. What do you think of that, guys? Isn't that fun? Listen, I can paint furniture and then, you know, or actually I can make earrings and then make any color paint to match it. Kind of fun. But I have been thinking and talking with Matt that, you know, as we talk about on these walks that we do at night, that if we were to bring it back, we would step into the next, what we would call the next version, the 2.0 of Junk Monkey, in doing some things as well, right, with our paint and what we do to kind of, what we feel would be the right way to bring it back and where we are right now with what we know and what just feels like the next step. So let me know below. Is that something you be into? Do you have a need for some fun, colored, funky paints, easy to use to just jazz up your living room space, your bedroom? Put some fun colors, classics as well. And you guys keep asking me, bring back antique glaze. Antique lace actually looks like this color. I almost said it when I put this on, this vintagey kind of color. That's antique lace. It was an off-white that was all the rage. You guys loved our recipe for that color. And it, like, madness ensued. So friends, we did that together. I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Look at that. And they turn, of course, like we said. Imperial Jasper. Tell me if I need to get some for my website if you want some of these fun bees as well. Very tie-dye kind of looking. But we've got the neutral, we've got the gold, and we've got our ear wires. And I could not be more happier. Like, it is perfect. And so today we learned a couple things. How we can use a bead if our head pin just wants to pull through a bigger bead hole. Use a bead, you sneaky monkey you. And then we also talked about how if your ear wire is right here, if you're building like on an ear wire and you run out of like when you're trying to make the loop, if it doesn't fully make it for you, you could use your round nose pliers to fully make that hole. And also any long wire pieces that you clip off, keep them, because you can also turn those into eye hooks when you need them. All right, I've got another set to make. I'm going to sit here and work on those, but I'm going to call that a win-win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Gosh, that's gorgeous, says me in my flowy pants and my fringe bandana necklace. All right, good chat, friends. Good chat. I'm going to go cool down. It's about lunchtime here. So you know what we do at lunchtime? We have the cold chicken salad sandwich, the summertime favorite, and we go hydrate and drink some water. All right, good talking to you. Let me know your thoughts below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Like I said, I just kind of want to do a survey and see where everybody is. And depending on the responses, then I'll know what I need to do next and what feels like the next step for the JunkMonkey. All right, beautiful people. Bye.